I found this YouTube channel that I love. I got addicted to it. I was watching it all night. This guy is showing ancient old battles with 3D models. And I've been watching some of Rear Admiral Nelson's battles, and they said the greatest battle ever was Trafalgar. And I've never seen it. I don't know what Trafalgar is. It's a 35-minute video. I don't care. We should do it. I want to watch this right now.
An epic history, Drakenfell collaboration. In 1792, the French Revolution sparked a European conflict that would last a generation. A struggle for mastery of Europe and the world.
This really makes me want to play a game where you have ships like that. What kind of game has ships like that? Where you like control them? Or maybe even a strategy game about stuff like this.
A contest fought on land and sea.
Empire
In this
Total
war
War?
of shifting alliances, the most enduring rivalry was between France and Britain. Britain could not challenge France on land, but at sea, it was a different matter. Britain's Royal Navy was as dominant on the waves as Napoleon was to prove on land. And in an age when Britain had many skilled naval commanders,
Peanut butter?
one stood out
Banana.
above the rest. Horatio Nelson.
Horatio. I know nothing about this guy, man.
Inspiring and brilliant. For the British, he'd become a national hero and legend. These are the stories of his greatest battles.
Dude, when YouTubers make better content than TV, man. The Battle of Trafalgar. I have no idea. I don't know a single detail. To me, Trafalgar is a character in One Piece, bro. I have no idea. But it's a big battle. It's important. Never mind maneuvers. Always go at them. Thank you so much, Emperor, man. Thank you.
1805.
Let me suck on this fat banana
The
for you.
short peace between Britain
Peanut
and
butter.
France has collapsed.
Thank you so much for
and
the 5,
two
dude.
rivals are at war once more. Britain, Russia, and Austria have formed a new alliance, known as the Third Coalition.
Thank you so much, man.
Napoleon renews the French alliance with Spain. The newly crowned Emperor of the French is determined to finally defeat Britain. The nation that bankrolls the alliances against him, decimates French overseas trade, and blockades her ports. He has assembled a large invasion force on the Channel coast. His battle-hardened troops will make short work of the British if
Makes me want to play a 4,
he
man.
can control the Channel long enough to land them safely. The British Navy outclasses the French in number of ships
Thank you, Emperor, man.
and
Thank you.
skill, but it cannot be everywhere at once. So Napoleon will use one of his favorite military principles, concentration of force, to secure temporary dominance at the decisive point. French and Spanish squadrons scattered in numerous...
Just for a second, man. Dude, the editing is so good, right? This is better than TV. Thank you, Halko. Thank you so much. This is unbelievable editing, dude.
ports will be brought together to form a
We can play some Hold Fed after this,
fleet
if you want.
to take on the British. The Emperor gives command of the first phase of this mission to Admiral Pierre Villeneuve. Villeneuve had joined the Navy as a 14-year-old trainee officer and seen service in the American War of Independence. A supporter of the French Revolution, he was one of the few aristocratic officers to remain in naval service and was promoted to Rear Admiral. In 17...
What's a Rear Admiral? What does that really mean? It's just it just means like under officer or some over and behind an admiral or something, right? My dad used to call gay people Rear Admirals.
1898, he commanded the 80-gun Guillaume Tell at the Battle of the Nile. His was one of the few ships to escape that disaster. He was...
That's the video I saw yesterday. I saw this off stream, Battle of the Nile. There was this legendary battleship, one of the biggest battleships of its era, called L'Orient, which was a French flagship with 120 guns, and they fucking burned it, and then the magazine exploded, and it was one of the biggest explosions during that time in human history, man. And people made pictures about it and shit.
Later captured when Malta fell to the British, but was released when peace was declared. In 1804, the commander of the French Mediterranean fleet dies of a heart attack, and Villeneuve replaces him with the rank of Vice Admiral. In temperament, Villeneuve could not be more unlike Nelson. In 1805, he writes to the Minister of the Navy, "You will be so good as to recall that I have not asked for command of this squadron. What is more, I have always sought a practical and useful career."
I also learned yesterday what flying colors mean. With flying colors, apparently if you feel beaten in a naval battle, you have to take down your country's flag. So you're taking down your colors, which shows to the enemy, we give up, it's over, you can stop.
As opposed to one filled with glory. On the 30th of March, 1805,
so cool that this is documented.
Orders, Admiral Villeneuve sails
Man, I want to play you 5 now.
11 ships of the line, slips past Nelson's blockading force,
oh shit,
and
Nelson,
joins
you
up
fucked
with
up.
6 Spanish ships and a further French ship off Cadiz.
Oh damn.
Now with 18 ships, Villeneuve sets off on a 5-week crossing of the Atlantic.
Whoa, why are you going so far away?
On arrival in the French West Indies, he links up with another 2 French ships.
What a weird life there must have been on these fucking ships, dude.
The British, meanwhile, are in disarray. When Nelson lost track of Villeneuve, he guessed the French were
Doesn't this make you want to play
Egypt,
strategy games?
Raced off in pursuit. He reaches Alexandria before he realizes his
terrible
mistake.
life. I always think, psychologically speaking, I don't think they felt it that terribly because they didn't know any better. They don't know what medicine was and iPhones and porn. They don't know any better. So I don't think they were all day, oh, my life is so bad. I don't think so. I guess.
He doubles back and sets course for the West Indies.
U5 is terrible, though.
Full month
I don't know what Age of Sails is.
Nelson
He's going all the way
in just 4 weeks, but misses Villeneuve by a matter of days, who sails back to Europe.
Yeah, they have no radar and stuff. They always miss each other all the time.
On the 8th of June.
Navigation must be so important back then.
But then, a lucky break for the British. Nelson sends a fast-sailing ship to carry his reports back to England, and by sheer good chance, it spots Villeneuve's fleet in the Atlantic.
Man. But how does he now report back to the others? Also, don't they have to be careful that there's no storms? I have so many questions. Isn't Assassin's Creed Black Flag getting remade this year or next year? Because I wouldn't mind an Assassin's Creed Black Flag permadeath run. Ooh. It's coming this year?
Their course is not back to the Med, as Nelson had assumed, but more northerly, towards the Channel.
Oh shit.
Vice Admiral Calder, with 15 ships of the line, is put on high alert.
Oh shit.
And on the 22nd of July, he intercepts Villeneuve.
The Battle of Cape Finisterre. So cool.
In confusion.
I was watching this yesterday, right? The different video, and I was like, we men are weird, right? This is death and destruction. These people are in pain. These people are dying. But I'm sitting here and I'm like, this is so cool. These ships and their guns, it's so fucking cool.
Fighting in heavy
it's so cool.
fog. The British capture
Master Commander is great, obviously.
Ships.
Come on, man. Yeah, I saw it.
But Calder fails to prevent Villeneuve reaching the Spanish port of Ferrol.
It blows my mind. So yesterday they talked about the French flagship L'Orient. It doesn't go into my brain. 1,100 men are working on that ship. 1,000 people in a picture. I want to see 1,000 people in one picture. That's 1,000 people? It's actually not that much if you think about it. How do 1,000 fucking people...
So I looked up what 1,000 people look like.
Oh my god, I want to kill myself. Thank you. I'd like to see like 1,000 people, please. Is that so hard? That's 1,000 people. Doesn't feel that much, huh? It's like a village. 1,000 people. 1,000 people, man. On one fucking wooden ship. Doesn't go into my brain, man.
French Admiral then makes a fateful decision. His orders are clear. Proceed to Brest and then on to the Channel. But reports of ships to the north persuade him that he is about to be attacked.
They never knew what's going on, man. They never knew where the enemy is and shit.
His ships, battered by Atlantic gales and battle, cannot fight again without repairs. So he retreats to Cadiz. Here he is soon blockaded by a growing number of British ships. Napoleon is furious when he receives this news. Villeneuve does not possess the strength of character to command a frigate, he tells the naval minister. It is nearly autumn, and a cross-channel invasion is now impossible.
Why?
Villeneuve has failed him.
Ah, because he didn't get through. I thought they mean because of the
must look
seasons.
for other ways to defeat the British.
A big cruise ship nowadays can have 60,000 people on it. That doesn't go into my brain. That doesn't go into my brain. Napoleon is mad. A carrier has 5,000 crew members. I don't understand that.
In late August, Napoleon's troops break camp at Boulogne and march off to face the Austrians and Russians on the Danube. In the meantime, he sends orders to Admiral Villeneuve to sail into the Mediterranean, where he is to support
biggest
French
cruise ship is
operations in Italy.
7.6k people. Yeah, I was thinking 60k is fucking retarded, right? I was thinking, huh?
But his Franco-Spanish
60k is a bit fucking retarded.
fleet is not in good shape. It is short of supplies and men, and blockaded by a powerful British force, now commanded by Admiral Nelson. Villeneuve decides to stay put. But when Napoleon informs him that he is being replaced as commander, the French admiral is finally stung into action. On the 18th of October 1805, he orders the Franco-Spanish fleet to put to sea. Admiral Villeneuve's combined fleet consists of 33...
Crazy though, man. Oh, wow, that's a crazy ship. So yesterday, the biggest ship, L'Orient, which impressed me, I was googling it, had 120 cannons. This motherfucker has 136 cannons. Santissima Trinidad. One sec. Santissima Trinidad. Look at that, man. Look at that. Look at that picture. Don't you love pictures like that of old ships? It doesn't go to my brain how big these ships are. My brain can't handle that. Such fucking big motherfuckers, man. Look at that thing. How can there be 1,000 people on this? Like 100 here, 100 here, 100 here. 300. The fuck?
Ships of the line. 18 French and 15 Spanish. Admiral Villeneuve's flagship is the 80-gun Bucentaure.
Bro, take the Santissima Trinidad, bro. Oh, it's Spanish.
Led by Admiral Gravina aboard Principe de Asturias.
Check this out. Colossal Napoleonic. What are you sending me? French ensign hidden for 100 years. Holy moly. They found an old French Napoleonic flag. Okay.
Of 112
the Trinidad was
guns.
the biggest ship at that time.
Nelson had been waiting for the enemy with 34 ships of the line, but has just had to send 6 to Gibraltar for
It's so crazy that this is documented, man.
resupply and refit. Vice Admiral Calder, aboard HMS Prince of Wales, is sent home to face a court-martial for his lackluster performance at Cape Finisterre.
Oh shit.
So Nelson's now slightly outnumbered.
They're fucking him up.
27 ships against 33.
What a massive battle,
Though
dude.
He has 3 powerful first-rates. His own flagship Victory, Britannia, and Vice Admiral Collingwood's Royal Sovereign. Both fleets are accompanied by several frigates for scouting and relaying messages.
In Portsmouth, you can check out the HMS
paper,
Victory.
The Royal...
Shut up, that thing still exists? Shut up, there's no way. No way, that's the real one. That's the real one Nelson was on. It's not a replica? Damn, that's so cool. Shut up, that's the real one. Damn. Whoa, that's so cool. Damn, that's some big motherfucker, huh? They refurbed it, obviously, yeah. Damn, dude. Wow, that's a big motherfucker, huh? That's the real one. Real people went to war on this thing. Damn, that's so cool. Wow. Still, I don't get how there can be 1,000 people. I don't understand it. Man, that's... Every time on the stream, we check out war equipment of the human race. I'm so impressed. When it comes to war equipment, we're such amazing engineers, man. Wow, this is so much better than Dota, Tommy. Twitch Prime. Check the details.
I'm Jake O'Neill, creator of Animagraphs.
Oh shit, I might want to watch that too. Fuck, I wanted to play games.
The Navy is heavily outgunned. But the British know they can rely on superior seamanship and faster gunnery.
I also have superior
to
seamanship.
even the odds.
Wow.
After 8 weeks...
What a feeling it must be to be on deck and you look around and there's dozens of ships and you're about to fucking kill each other, man.
Cadiz, Villeneuve is finally back at sea. But he's given his
You're probably
own
just happy something happens
little
finally.
warning of their sudden departure, and has set sail in unfavourable light winds. As they
You made a video explaining the HMS Victory?
1805.
Alter, 53 minutes, Alter. Mama.
All south along the Spanish coast. They are
Check this, the size of the Spanish flagship. That was the flag at the Battle of Trafalgar. Wow. Wow. I'm so mind blown, man. Unbelievable. Wow.
spotted by British frigates.
Most sailors couldn't even swim.
They relay news of the enemy's
That was the flag of
departure to
Santissima
Nelson,
Trinidad.
the British fleet, patrolling 40 miles offshore.
I have so many questions to understand how this works, like the sails and how they have to be aligned and which rope has to go where. This is such a big science, man, to understand how this works.
Nelson immediately sets course to intercept. On the morning of the 21st of October, Villeneuve's fleet is about 10 miles northwest of Cape Trafalgar, bound for the Straits of Gibraltar.
We're going to hold fast after this. We're playing hold fast, yes.
When the British fleet is spotted closing in from the northwest, Villeneuve faces a dilemma. He considers running for the Mediterranean or facing the British in battle. But ultimately, he orders the fleet to reverse course and sail back to Cadiz. This abrupt change in course, combined with light winds and many inexperienced crews, causes the combined fleet's formation to become extremely ragged.
Back when Spain mattered.
It now forms a rough crescent, stretching
How do you
over
know
5
that, though?
miles of
This can't be literal. How would you know that?
Psychologically and tactically, Villeneuve's fleet
I would
is
have never
already
liked to
on
be
the
a
back
Navy
foot.
guy. I would have loved to be a soldier in the field, man. Fuck this water shit, man. Fuck the water.
The contrast with the British fleet
The deck
could not be
journals?
starker.
But they're busy fighting, man. They know
Nelson's
everything.
crews are eager
At 1604, 4 guns of Trafalgar
for
were...
battle,
Come on.
and he has devised a bold plan
Wow, wow.
to ensure a decisive action.
When I came to explain to them the Nelson touch, it was like an electric shock. Vice Admiral Nelson, letter to Lady Hamilton. This video is so cool.
By 11 a.m.,
How
the
is this
British
video so
fleet
cool?
is formed up for battle and closing with Villeneuve as fast as the light breeze will allow. Nelson had decided on a basic plan of attack weeks earlier.
It's like a predator attacking a herd of herbivores, man.
The orthodox
Shout out to the
tactic at this
cameraman.
time would be to line up his fleet alongside the enemy and trade broadsides with them. But Nelson believes these methods
It's exactly 11 a.m. right now in Germany. True, it's 11 a.m.
too often
The moment
lead
he
to
said
an
that, it's 11 a.m. in
indecisive
real
outcome.
life.
Instead, he has decided on the bold but not unprecedented tactic of attacking in 2 columns. These will pierce the enemy line and split their...
I feel like if I was a naval captain, I will train my crew. I have so many questions, right? I don't know anything. I will give everyone a shield made out of copper or bronze that is against enemy rifle bullets, and I will train them in sword fighting all day. And I will try to somehow maneuver myself next to my enemy and go boarding action, man. Boarding action. Just fucking boarding everyone. Like in a BJJ them, yeah. Like in Bannerlord.
Fleet into
Just board them, bro.
To be overwhelmed and defeated in close action before the enemy's vanguard can double back to help.
Naval shock troopers, exactly.
The major drawback is that during the approach, the lead British ships of each column will come under heavy fire, while being completely unable to
How
fight
many
back.
cannonballs there must be on the ground of the ocean, man.
Naturally, Nelson
Fanta, man,
decides
we will
he
board them and
himself
destroy
will
them.
lead
Easy.
one column aboard HMS Victory. The other will be led by Vice Admiral Collingwood aboard HMS Royal Sovereign.
Oh, Victory's in front.
As the British ships begin their approach, Nelson asks that a signal be sent to the fleet. England confides that every man will do his duty.
Forgotten country!
For ease of signalling, it becomes England expects that every man.
So how would Nelson give orders to anyone, though? How would that... Communication is so hard. Do you go, hey, left flank, buddy! Or is it the flags? I have so many questions. The flags. Like the flag tells you, you go left now, or what?
Will do his duty.
They probably have to... In the beginning, he has to meet all his men and make a
Light
plan together.
winds mean the
There's
two
200
British
different
columns
flags.
creep forward at around 3 knots. Not much more than walking speed. The lead British ships will be under fire for a tense 45 minutes before they reach the enemy
War back
line.
then is probably also very long. It's not over in 5 minutes, man. This is taking
The
hours.
gunfire starts at noon, with the French 74 Fougue firing ranging shots towards Royal Sovereign.
What that must look like in real life. Do we have any real life footage where someone simulated that? Man o' war shooting. There has to be... Nah, man. Chat, do your thing, do your thing. There must be a real life video where they test how that looks like when they shoot.
Gradually,
Tschüss, Lieschen, hab's lieb. Mach mal heute Abend Griechen, komm, meine. Ja, geh mal zum Griechen heute Abend.
fire from the combined fleet builds to a steady thunder.
Very auraless name from the ship, I felt the same.
The French and Spanish gun crews lack practice, and their ships are
One sec. Well, Napoleon cannon. I would like to what it looks like when a ship like this shoots. What is this? The same video.
tied on to the wind,
Nelson
increasing
had
the
no
roll,
arm and no eye.
so most of their shots
You can
missed
see a
their mark.
Victoria broadside. It's like simulation, huh? But damn. Simply epic. This does something with men, right? It's like so cool. A woman will be like, bro, they're killing each other. What the fuck? I think this is so cool.
A new
Must be
signal
so loud.
flies up Victory's mizzenmast.
Oh, Finland and the Netherlands are joining. Engage the enemy more closely. Look, I said it, man. You fucking go in there and you fucking Legolas these
the
people.
enemy more closely. It will remain there until later.
Here's a
shot
daylight
away.
video. Big boom, make me happy. Whoa. Wow, that's so cool. I feel like a 12-year-old kid right now, bro. Must have been such a loud day when there's like 30 ships fighting.
As the range closes, the French and Spanish gunners begin to land more and more shots on target. The sails of HMS Victory and Royal Sovereign are peppered by round shot. Spars are knocked down. Victory's
Must be so
ship's
many
wheels
cannonballs on the
hit and
ground.
Destroyed. Casualties steadily mount. Twice, British ships try to overtake Victory to protect Nelson, but he orders them back into position.
Whoa. Wow,
intends
imagine
to
seeing this
break
in real
the
life.
enemy line.
Sometimes I wish life was simulation, and you and me can right now teleport to this battle in real life. And we're just hovering in the air and we're watching it. That must be a sight, bro. But I also feel like it gets boring quickly. You just like, okay, so they're shooting. Okay. 40 minutes later, the first ship is sinking. Okay. I think you get
Villeneuve's
bored of it
flagship,
after a while.
the Bucentaur. Targeting the enemy commander is part of his ruthless approach. But the enemy's ragged formation and a lack of identifying pennants means he has to guess which is Villeneuve's flagship. Fortunately,
The victory's
he
just
guesses
going
right,
in, man.
And around 12:30, HMS Victory is poised to break the line just astern of Bucentaur.
Shit.
But it's Collingwood's fast-sailing Royal Sovereign to the south
Whoa,
that will
look at
break
him.
the line first.
How is he not dead? They're giving him crazy broadsides. Alter. Imagine seeing
British
this in real
have
life.
held their fire
Wow.
during their long approach. They've been under attack for half an hour with no way to fight back.
Jesus.
That's about to change. Every British gun is double-shotted, loaded with 2 rounds.
How does that work? Oh,
Now,
shit.
as HMS Royal Sovereign passes the Spanish first-rate Santa Ana, she fires a massive, raking broadside into her stern. Several minutes later, HMS Victory passes astern of Bucentaur.
This is so
She
cool,
delivers
isn't
a
it?
devastating
I'm just sitting here like a
broadside
12-year-old kid
that
watching
cripples
Power Rangers.
Villeneuve's flagship and kills or injures almost half its crew. Despite these 2 powerful blows, the lead British ships are, for the moment, hugely outnumbered.
So many
and in
different mini
real
battles.
danger. Collingwood's Royal Sovereign is under fire from all directions. The second ship of his column,
I will genuinely, in my fleet of 20 ships, have 1 Marine Shock Trooper squad. A ship with heavily trained melee fighters. And then, right, once you get close like this, I will have Shock Troopers, man. I will call them the Sea Shocks. I will grind their teeth to make them scary.
HMS Belle-Isle has been completely demasted. HMS Mars is also taking punishing fire. HMS Victory has got tangled up with Redoutable, which has
Yeah,
a strong
jump over and
complement
fuck
of
'em up,
French
dude.
Marines. In intense, close-quarters fighting, the isolated British vanguard must hang on until the rest of their ships can join the action.
Though Captain can do very wrong if he places his ship alongside that of an enemy.
After 20 precarious minutes, British ships are arriving, one by one, to join the battle.
Dude, this must be
They
insane
pile
in
into
reality.
The disordered enemy formation.
The fish just
unleashing
must
double-shotted
just feel like, whoa,
broadsides
what?
to devastating
Am I tripping?
effect.
What is even happening?
Victory now receives much needed
Jesus.
support from Temeraire.
Can they show the Trinidad?
As successive British ships enter the fray, a mass brawl develops.
This feels
It's
very good for
exactly
the
what
French,
Nelson
though.
wants. The enemy unable to escape and pummeled at close range. Meanwhile, Admiral Dumanoir's Franco-Spanish vanguard has begun an agonizingly slow turn
Yeah,
to
out of
try to
position.
rejoin the battle. But it will be more than an hour before they're in
Yeah, it
position.
takes forever, huh?
HMS Africa, a 64-gun third rate, had earlier become separated from the British fleet. Her captain, Henry Digby, now deliberately misinterprets Nelson's
1 hour turn
order
must be a
to
woman.
withdraw to safety. Instead, he charges straight into the battle from the north.
I like this guy.
HMS Africa sails alone past the entire enemy vanguard, trading broadsides all the way. Then she joins the attack on the giant Santissima Trinidad of 136
That is the
guns.
biggest ship in the battle. The greatest ship game ever like this. Listen to the old man as Pirates of the Caribbean. 20 years ago, there was a video game called Pirates of the Caribbean, which had nothing to do with the movie. And you had shit like this going on. It was so sick. You had crew. And I remember I would finally steal my first Man of War and stuff. That was the best fucking ship game ever.
Victory and Redoutable are now locked in a brutal, close quarters.
Shove over there with a knife in your mouth, dude.
British guns smash the French hull to splinters, while Redoutable's crew assemble on deck to board Victory.
No, it was Pirates of the Caribbean. No, you're wrong, Balkas. I know it 1000%.
Appears on Redoutable's
We need a TommyKay Pirate
side
Week.
and blasts her deck with grape shot.
You're wrong? Oh, let me show you that you're wrong. You have no idea what you're talking about. Pirates of the Caribbean game sea battle. You have no chance against me. Zero chance. There, I told you. Look at that. That's not online. That's not the game I'm talking about. This is the game I'm talking about. That game was so good, man. That game was so fucking good. Look at that, man. Who's right, huh? I told you, man. This was the best fucking... Damn, you didn't hit at all. That was the best game. You had to manage your crew and everything. It was so good, man.
The French boarding party is mown
I
down.
Google Sea Dogs and cry. Alter, du fucking hässlicher Vogel, Junge. I talk about my game. Why are you pushing your game on me, you weirdo?
Three ships
Shut the fuck
become
up.
locked together.
It's not good for
and
television?
drift
Yeah.
into another French ship, Fougue. Some French and Spanish ships, like Admiral Magon's Algeciras, have used their time in port to train their crews for boarding and close-quarter combat.
Now we're
It
talking.
makes them dangerous foes in
What did I
close
say?
action.
What did I say? Hey!
But time and again, just as a French or Spanish ship forms a boarding party, a British ship emerges through the smoke to sweep their deck with grape shot.
Shit. Dude, imagine the grape shot blows your fucking legs
Superior
off.
British gunnery is slowly grinding down.
Yeah, we're playing
the enemy.
Windrose when the early access is over.
One by one, the first French and Spanish ships.
No, Barkas, are you autistic? The game you referred to, I clearly referred to the game I just showed. Pirates of the Caribbean. You fucking moron. How are you like this?
Haul down their colors as a sign of their surrender.
Yeah, that's how they surrender.
At the height of the battle,
Don't you want pictures like this on your wall? I think that's such a man thing. I want this on my wall, this
a
picture.
French sniper, perched high on Redoutable's mizzenmast, spots the British commander on the quarterdeck of
Oh, a
HMS
sniper.
Victory. Nelson is easily distinguished by his bright decorations,
Ah, you probably should look like one of them, but then nobody takes you serious. That's hard.
which, against advice, he has refused to remove.
Oh, they told him to remove it.
Now, he is struck by a single musket ball, which plunges into his shoulder and down through his spine.
Shit.
They finally succeeded, Nelson exclaims. I am dead. He is carried below for medical treatment, where he's brought frequent reports on the progress of the battle. It is now 3 hours since battle was joined. To the south, the French 74 Achille, under fire from multiple
When is the French
ships,
Vanguard arriving?
has
Shouldn't
caught
they
fire.
save everyone?
While to the north, Dumanoir's
Let's hope fast players looking for
vanguard
Tommy.
is finally in position to join the battle.
Barkas, I'm banning you. You're too fucking retarded. I can't handle you. You complete fucking idiot of a human being. I'm sitting here trying to explain a game from my childhood that in my opinion had the best sea battles. I then showed a game called Pirates of the Caribbean. Clearly, what the fuck is wrong with you?
You
Did you
clearly
get dropped
are
as a
pirate.
child?
Now get a knife and board the Frenchman.
Thank
But
you, Milk.
only
We're playing Hold Fast after
makes
this.
a determined attack. The other ships fire a few ineffective long-range shots, then veer away.
Thank you, two-shot Ollie.
Rather
You
than
sound like you're
engage
part
the
of this
British
battle.
in close action.
You didn't break any Twitch toss, though. I decide who I ban! What the fuck, Twitch toss? Here, take fucking 1 hour ban! And now call the TOS trying to save you, you moron! No wonder democracy doesn't work. With idiots like you voting!
One captured Spanish crew, witnessing this conduct, is so enraged that they offer to open fire on their supposed
They're
allies.
raging. Ooh, they're raging.
But the French ships soon slip out of range. They can see that Villeneuve's fleet is beaten. More than a dozen French and Spanish ships have now surrendered. Those that can are escaping. The news reaches Nelson.
Don't you love pictures like that? They don't make art like this anymore. A nice oil painting of a historic moment, man. So fucking cool, man.
Who hovers between life and death on the orlop deck of HMS Victory. He knows the end is near. He whispers to his old friend and comrade, Captain Hardy, "Take care of my dear Lady Hamilton, and then kiss me, Hardy."
So, what kind of gay way to go, man? What?
A few moments pass. "Thank God I have done my duty," Nelson murmurs, and dies soon after.
Imagine dying and you look at your doctor, "Kiss me, doctor."
Around 6 p.m. at the southern edge of the battle, the fires aboard Achille reach her grand magazine. The ship is obliterated.
Imagine hiring a painter during this high-stakes battle.
Enormous explosion that kills half her crew instantly. This spectacular, bloody event proves the final act of a
5,000,
battle that
wow.
has claimed 5,000 lives.
What that must feel like
And
to
it is
go
now
through something
clear
like that, man.
that it has been a total and decisive British victory.
Wow.
Of the 33 French and Spanish ships under Villeneuve's command, 17 have been captured.
And the fucking pressure, right? You're Vice Admiral Pierre Villeneuve, and you're like, "This is it, this is my moment. Whatever happens in the next hours, I will be remembered for hundreds of years."
And one destroyed.
But that's how legends are made, right? They go in there and they fucking try. They put it
And
all
though
on.
several British
They
ships
put it all
are
out.
badly damaged.
No one's gonna remember you, chat.
Nice.
Thank you, Illuminati. I'm gonna remember you, Illuminati. Kiss me when I die.
The casualties are similarly one-sided.
Wow. How the fuck does that
Admiral
work?
Villeneuve is among several thousand prisoners taken by the British. He is allowed to return to France, but 6 months later he is dead. By suicide or murder remains unclear.
Britain didn't lose a single ship? How the fuck is that possible?
The Spanish commander, Admiral Gravina,
This was an
escapes
inside
the
job.
battle, but dies of his wounds 6 months later. While for the British, victory is tainted by the loss
These pictures
of their
are
own
so cool, huh?
brilliant, talismanic commander.
One day you might actually have like a VR set, and you're in VR and you're the Battle of Trafalgar, and you're just a guy with a fucking pistol and sword, and they're like, "I'm gonna kill everyone," and then a cannonball fucking rips your head off. Somebody has to develop that.
As he lay dying, Nelson's last order to the fleet had been to drop anchor, fearing bad weather. He was not wrong. A ferocious Atlantic storm soon develops, battering the victorious fleet and its many prizes.
Can I watch this on Twitch, what you're trying to send me here? I don't think I can show that. Yeah, I'm not gonna show that. No, thank you.
The gales howl for days, causing chaos and scattering battle
that
damaged
must suck
ships
so much,
across
man.
miles of ocean. The French and Spanish take advantage, trying to retake some of their captured ships. French frigates recapture the Spanish
Name
first
5 legendary commanders out of your head. 5 legendary commanders out of my head. Heinz Guderian, Leonidas II in the Battle of Thermopylae. Napoleon was sick with the use of artillery, right? Out of my head. Hannibal in the Battle of Cannae was pretty fucking ridiculous. And Bro, out of my head, I guess Alexander at the Battle of Gaugamela. There you go. Okay. I don't fucking know, man.
Straight Santa Anna.
No Caesar. I don't know, man.
Crews
I have sex once a month. I don't care about battles too much.
And retake their own ships.
Roboti Gilliman and the Indomitus Crusade.
But 3 of these are
Yevgeny Prigozhin.
wrecked.
I was just lately watching a video on the Battle of Cannae and how I never know if this is really real and how we know these kind of things. But what Hannibal did in the Battle of Cannae, it was fucking genius, right?
Despite immense
pure
efforts,
genius.
The British save only 4 of their 17 captured prizes.
Oh shit!
The rest are burned or lost to the storm.
So much equipment
which
dead,
probably
bro.
claims more French and Spanish lives than the battle itself.
Wow.
For the French, there seems no end to the bad news. 2 weeks later, Admiral Dumanoir and his 4 French ships which had escaped the battle are intercepted by Captain Strachan's squadron off Cape Ortegal. All 4 French ships are captured. For the British, it caps a remarkable fortnight of naval
Where are we dropping,
triumphs.
boys? You can easily capture ships, huh? It's not like they have weird machines or anything. You just put up your flag and it's your ship. We're playing Holdfast in a second. Open it up, boys. I need to play this right now. Pixel, you need to lead a crew, man. You need to lead a crew.
Admiral Nelson's body is returned to England aboard HMS Victory, preserved in a cask of brandy, lashed to the mainmast.
Wow.
He becomes the first non-royal to receive a state funeral in Britain since the Duke of Marlborough, 83 years earlier.
Wow.
For 3 days, his body lies in state in the painted hall of Greenwich Hospital, where it is visited by thousands. Then he is moved by river to St. Paul's Cathedral, where the funeral procession includes 32
Imagine seeing this stuff in
admirals,
real life, man.
189 carriages, and thousands of troops. Nelson's coffin, made of timbers from the French warship L'Orient.
Whoa, that's so cool! It's like a fucking movie. So the L'Orient was a crazy mega ship, and he destroyed it in Egypt.
Is placed in a sarcophagus.
And they built
in the
his
cathedral
sarcophagus out of it.
News of Trafalgar takes 4 weeks to reach Napoleon near Vienna. He is en route to his own great victory over the Russians and Austrians at Austerlitz. But of the 2 famous battles of 1805, Trafalgar will have far greater consequences. The Battle of Trafalgar is one of the most crushing victories in naval history. It did not save Britain from invasion. That danger had already passed. But the sheer scale of victory ensured British supremacy at sea was unchallenged for the remaining 10 years of the Napoleonic Wars.
Imagine getting the news 2 weeks later. Probably very normal back then.
Napoleon had to look for other means to defeat the British. A path that would lead him into grave errors and pave the way for his own eventual defeat. For Britain, the naval dominance secured at Trafalgar would underpin her imperial power throughout the 19th century.
France lost aura.
An age she dominated as the world's leading global empire.
I kind of want to start playing games, but I'm a little bit interested. Battle of Austerlitz. This was very important, right? I don't know much about it. Oh, epic history. 60 minutes? Okay, one more video, and then we play Holdfast, okay? One more video.
History TV, History
So
March
fucking cool, man.
collaboration.
Because I don't know anything about this. I never looked into this shit.
Courses Plus.
I remember the Battle of Austerlitz is Napoleon is outmanned, but then he like makes one guy act like he's leaving, and then Napoleon attacks a hill or some shit, and the enemy is like, whoa, what the fuck? I don't really know, man. I have no idea.
In December 1804, in the Cathedral of Notre Dame in Paris, Napoleon Bonaparte crowned himself Emperor of the French.
He did that in Notre Dame.
Europe had never seen
there.
such a sudden and dramatic rise to power. A son of impoverished Corsican nobility to military dictator of France in little more than 10 years. Revolution and war had cleared Napoleon's path to the throne. War would dominate his 10-year reign.
Last video, I want to watch one last.
In history,
I'm interested in the Battle of Austerlitz. I don't know what that is.
Millions dead and a continent in turmoil.
Dude, literally, if you're a history teacher, just show children these videos. They're gonna learn more than reading shitty books.
8 months after Napoleon's coronation, the French Empire and its Spanish ally were at war with Britain, and Napoleon had assembled an army of 180,000 men along the Channel coast. But as long as the British Royal Navy ruled the seas, invasion was impossible. But nor could Britain challenge France on land. And so British Prime Minister William Pitt tried to build a European coalition against Napoleon, using diplomacy and gold. Britain would prove Napoleon's most steadfast enemy, and its press delighted in relentless mockery of the French Emperor. Britain and France were old rivals in Europe and overseas. But now, Pitt feared Napoleon's conquests had made France too powerful. The French Emperor had to be defeated, and Europe's balance of power restored if there was ever to be lasting peace. Pitt found willing allies in Europe, among monarchs who despised Napoleon as a product of the French Revolution and a dangerous threat to the existing order. Austria harboured the deepest grievances, having seen her influence in Germany and Italy steadily eroded by French victories. The final straw came in May 1804, when Napoleon had also crowned himself King of Italy in Milan. Austria, Russia, Sweden and Naples joined
used to be a big boy, huh?
in an alliance known as the Third Coalition, and devised an ambitious plan for a series of joint offensives against France. The main attack would be made by a combined Austro-Russian army, advancing across the Rhine into France. But Napoleon got word of their plans, and reacted with typical speed and decision. He was determined to strike first, before the Allies could join forces, and ordered his army, now renamed La Grande Armée, to march to the River Rhine. His target was the Austrian army of General Mack, which had made a premature advance against Bavaria, a French ally, and was now dangerously isolated from the other Allied armies. Napoleon ordered Marshal Murat, his famously flamboyant cavalry commander, to make feint attacks through the Black Forest, while the rest of his army, advancing at speed, enveloped Mack's army from the north. That summer, Napoleon's Grand
Austro-Russian friendship lasts to this day.
Armée was at its most formidable. Well-trained, highly motivated, its regiments at full strength. What's more, it had been newly reorganized according to the corps system,
this is some
later imitated by virtually every army in the world. Each corps, commanded by a marshal, was a mini-army of 15 to 30,000 soldiers, with its own infantry, cavalry, artillery, and supporting arms, such as reconnaissance, engineers, and transport. This meant each
That's the thing about Napoleon, right? He kind of revolutionized it like this, where it became this modern thing.
Could march and fight for a limited time independently. allowing Napoleon to break with the old doctrine of keeping his army concentrated and advance with his corps widely dispersed. This helped to disguise his real objective and increased movement speed, because the army could advance along multiple roads and live off the land, taking its supplies from scattered villages, rather than relying on slow-moving supply wagons.
Well, that will fuck him up in Russia later.
When the enemy's main force was located, the army could quickly concentrate for battle. This is how Napoleon's
Humans were always really into warfare and understanding it and learning about it.
Disorientated his enemies. Mack didn't realize the danger he was in until it was too late. Napoleon's fast-moving corps crossed the Danube behind him and surrounded his army. Mack launched a series of poorly coordinated counterattacks, but despite some desperate fighting, the Austrians couldn't break out of the trap. Mack hoped that Kutuzov's Russian army could arrive in time to save him, but the Russians were still 160 miles away. And so, at Ulm, on the 19th of October, just 6 weeks into the war, Mack surrendered his army to Napoleon. The French took nearly 60,000 Austrian prisoners, and Napoleon had struck his first devastating blow against the coalition.
How do you even feed these people, man?
Russian General Mikhail Kutuzov was an experienced and wary commander, more cautious than Mack. His army was exhausted after its 900-mile march from Russia, but hearing of the Austrians' surrender at Ulm, and knowing he wasn't strong enough to face Napoleon alone, he immediately ordered a retreat. Napoleon pursued. The Russians fought several sharp rearguard actions, but could not save the Austrian capital, Vienna, which the French occupied on the 12th of October. Kutuzov slipped away to Olmütz in today's Czech Republic, where he was joined by reinforcements, as well as Emperor Alexander of Russia.
Must have been so hard without telephones to always know where everyone is. Okay, we're trying to meet this guy, but he's west and he went the wrong way, but Napoleon is coming from this way.
And Emperor Francis of Austria in person. Napoleon was furious that Kutuzov had escaped. By now his army was also exhausted and far from home, with winter approaching. He needed to force a decisive battle quickly. Fortunately for him, the overconfident 27-year-old Russian emperor sought the glory of battle, overriding the concerns of his veteran commander, General Kutuzov.
That never goes well, huh?
With the Allied army closing in, Napoleon ordered his corps to rapidly concentrate on a battlefield he had carefully selected, near the town of Austerlitz. Napoleon oversaw the dispositions of his army late into the night, then grabbed a few hours' sleep beside a campfire. Dawn would mark the first anniversary of his coronation as emperor, and promised a battle that would make or break his young empire.
What is so cool animated, dude.
The morning of the 2nd of December 1805 was cold and bright with a heavy mist. Two armies of near equal size.
That is some big fucking armies, man. Mamma mia.
A 7-mile-wide battlefield. But the Allies held the high ground of the Pratzen Heights, while French Third Corps under Marshal Davout was still marching to the battlefield. Seeing Napoleon's thinly stretched right flank, the Allies planned a large-scale attack from the Pratzen Heights to steamroller the French.
Fuck, I want to play a game about this now.
Before swinging.
Shit, wait. Man, fuck, 1 sec. There's things happening in my brain right now. There's certain things happening. Demo? What do you mean, demo? Definitive edition. Doesn't look that bad, huh? It's called Napoleon Total War. No, is an empire better? No? Oh my god, this is a lot of money. How much fucking... Wait, I own this? Wait, what? I own this stuff. Damn, that looks fucking fun. I actually own that.
Round to envelop Napoleon's army. Little
Thing is, you
did
just
they
have
know,
Europe.
Napoleon was counting
Yeah, is an
on his
empire
weak
better?
right wing luring the Allies into just such a move. Whereupon he would launch his own attack on the Pratzen Heights to cut the Allied army in half. His bold plan relied on his correct prediction of Allied movements, the speedy arrival of Davout's Third Corps on his right, and a perfectly timed counterattack.
Historical battles.
The battle began around 7 a.m. as Austrian
Candle,
troops
obviously you know
of
everything
General
about this.
Kienmayer's advance guard clashed with French troops defending the village of Telnitz. In the face of overwhelming odds, the French fought stubbornly and bravely. But gradually, they were forced back. But the Allies, instead of carrying out their great enveloping attack, did nothing. The morning mist and the late arrival of orders had led to confusion and delay, and it was another hour before the first 3 Allied columns were on the move. Soon, fierce fighting erupted around Sokolnitz village and castle. Marshal Davout's
We're playing Holdfast after this, yeah.
which had just force-marched 70 miles...
The thing is, Holdfast, though, is not technically like this. Holdfast is just running in like a moron. That's my problem with Holdfast.
The French right wing. Around 9 a.m., his lead infantry brigade appeared suddenly through the mist and retook Telnitz, before being driven back in turn by Austrian hussars. 2 more of Davout's brigades reinforced French troops at Sokolnitz.
It must have been a crazy battle, man.
As the mist
and you're just waiting for Napoleon to finally do something.
Napoleon saw that, as he'd hoped, the Allied left was moving off the Pratzen Heights.
It's probably super important to have like a network of messengers that always tell you everything that's going on.
And he ordered Marshal Soult's 4th Corps to begin its attack. To the alarm of Allied commanders, 2 French infantry divisions, until now hidden by the mist, were suddenly seen advancing straight towards the Allied centre.
I yet failed to see the genius of Napoleon. So far, it's just straight up frontline warfare.
General Kutuzov was forced to hurriedly...
Dude, videos like this make me want to play video games, like strategy games, so badly.
...organize a defense of the heights, using troops of 4 column. 2 hours of bloody fighting followed. Musket fire was so rapid and furious that both sides were soon low on ammunition and turned to the bayonet.
Oh shit. I never understood that. I think I'm better at war than these people. I'm out of ammunition. I have 1,000 soldiers. And I'm like, fix bayonets? Clearly fighting with a bayonet is really annoying. Shouldn't they have fucking swords and shit like that? Maybe it's for equipment reasons, because you don't have to forge swords for everyone and shit. But isn't there better equipment for melee than a fucking bayonet, man?
By 11 a.m., the French, with the advantage in training and discipline,
it's a money thing? I would think it's a money thing.
And driven a deep wedge into the Allied position. To the north, a giant cavalry battle developed. While a Russian force from General Bagration's advance guard captured the village of Bosenitz, before it was halted by cannon fire from the Santon Hill. A decisive charge by 6 regiments of French heavy cavalry finally drove back the Allies, allowing Marshal Lannes' 5 Corps to move forward and seize
what a sight this must be, man,
Krug.
to see this on a hill.
Now, Grand Duke Constantine...
It's also probably, I guarantee you, crazy chaos. Probably 99% of people in this battle are like, what's going on? Holy shit, what's going on over there? I don't know.
Commanding the Russian Imperial Guard, led forward this last Allied reserve in a desperate bid to reclaim the Pratzen Heights. A battalion of the French 4th Line Regiment was charged down by Russian Guard cavalry, losing its eagle standard in bloody fighting.
There's a roguelike Total War. Oh my god, sorry. Oh, that looks not good.
Napoleon, who'd moved up to the heights, sent in his own guard cavalry. In this grim melee between the elite horsemen of both armies, the French finally prevailed. Napoleon had broken the Allied centre. Now, to close the trap on the Allied left wing, still locked in heavy fighting around Sokolnitz.
To remain...
Around
to understand what's going on the whole time as Napoleon is crazy. To know what you're doing.
Cut off their retreat.
Sometimes I feel like you have a good plan, but it's also a bit of luck. It's like, okay, we just won that. I think now we can encircle them? Is it gonna work? It worked! It worked!
General.
It's like when you can do boxing and fighting. You have like a plan, right? But it becomes chaos. You get hit. Oh, shit.
Buxhausen.
Sometimes I feel like fate has to help you a little bit before this, huh? Which is normal. Fine.
Only now saw the danger he was in. Attacked from three sides, the only escape was south. Many of his troops were forced to flee across frozen ponds.
Oh, shit.
French artillery opened fire, trying to smash the ice with their cannonballs. About 200 men and dozens of horses drowned in the freezing water.
Yeah, Chad, yeah. Skillless when luck becomes more frequent.
But not
Nice
the
quote.
many thousands of Napoleon's propaganda. The French Emperor had won a brilliant victory. His army had taken more than 10,000 prisoners and captured 45 enemy standards. Thousands
Napoleon
of
was
dead
a guy that put people in charge with skill, and the others just put shitty aristocrats in and stuff.
wounded of all sides littered the battlefield.
We see that even nowadays, right? Look at Hitler, right? Oh, I'm gonna decide things now, listen to me. Look at Russia, right? All the Russian commanders in Ukraine, fucking morons, man. It seems very, very, very important in the history of war that you get good commanders, bro.
Many left untended
And you trust
for
them.
days. The Battle of the Three Emperors, as it became known,
That sounds cool.
was a crushing blow to the Third Coalition. As Russian forces retreated back to Russia, Francis I of Austria was forced to accept a humiliating settlement with France, agreeing to pay a 40 million franc indemnity and give up more territory in exchange for peace.
Wow.
But meanwhile, news had reached Napoleon of a disastrous Franco-Spanish defeat at sea.
Imagine you win that battle. Oh, fuck! I won the Battle of the Three Emperors. What's this? What? We lost the entire navy at Trafalgar? Nice!
Cape Trafalgar.
Can't have a fucking day.
British Admiral Lord Nelson, at the cost of his own life, had masterminded a victory so complete that it ensured British naval dominance, not just for the rest of the war,
Always the
but
teammates.
for the next 100 years. Britain, master of the sea. Napoleon, unbeatable on land. The whale
Very
and the
interesting
elephant.
historical time. And I was thinking, I told you about this movie idea I had, right? Of a cook traveling Europe. I think this is the best period for my movie. If you guys remember the movie I'm thinking, I think this is the best period.
Neither able to challenge the other in its own domain. When William Pitt received news of Napoleon's victory at Austerlitz, he's supposed to have said, "Roll up that map of Europe. It will not be wanted these 10 years." A month later, Pitt was dead. But his warning that Europe faced another 10 years of war and upheaval was to prove prophetic.
Sanji Bonaparte.
Thanks to
Anyway, that was cool watching some videos.